This is the Pembroke Pines Book Club, and today we're doing a review of a book called Abe's Caribbean Takeout, written by M. McLeary Graham. And with me are Florence Margolis and Norma Petgrave, who are going to help me review this book. Hi, guys.
Hi.
Everything okay?
Fine.
Terrific.
Like the book?
I liked it. I liked it very much.
I particularly wanted you to read it, Norma, because it's written about Jamaica.
Absolutely.
And I
yes.
figured you would know if it's in any way authentic. Is it?
Absolutely, perfectly authentic. She took from every aspect of the Jamaican community. There was the average person, college graduate, comes to America. The transition is made fairly easily into his patty shop, and then 9/11 turns up, and because his last name, Niraj, very East Indian ancestry, he's caught up in that whole issue.
I think this is a first book, and now she's writing a novel. You know, this is short stories and poems, but now she's writing a novel, and
This is certainly a great start.
it's a wonderful
It's a great
story,
start.
isn't it?
I thought she had a wonderful variety of short stories.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
One thing I found throughout the book, except possibly for the last short story about the two sisters, was a sadness.
Yeah.
I thought every story was sad in one way or another, either because
Indeed.
they were poor, or because of death, or because of lost love. But every story had that vein running through
Well,
it.
that's drama.
That's
And
true
also,
life.
that's real life.
Exactly.
That's real life. And also, her story really are people who, migrant people from different levels of society, except that one story that was set in West Kingston. That's a whole other.
I
Tale.
loved her love story.
Her love story was
I just
dramatic.
loved it.
Yes.
Well,
Did you?
what I loved was when she took me to Jamaica.
Yeah.
Now, I've been to Jamaica as a tourist. She took me to Jamaica.
Yeah.
And the beauty, I wanted to get on the next ship, plane, bus, anything, and go there because it sounded, I mean, she really captured the beauty of Jamaica.
And that is Jamaica.
And that, as
is
Norma says,
Jamaica.
is Jamaica.
That is Jamaica.
The
Will
one
not
thing I would
change.
like to critique, and many authors do this, especially foreign authors, they use their own language in the book,
Yeah.
in their books. In the Kite Runners, there was a lot of whatever.
Right.
In this, she speaks as the Jamaicans speak, or some of them, and it's hard for me to even read it.
See, I like it.
And
I like
I
that
don't
part
like
of
it.
it.
But
I
each
don't
story
like it.
was very differently.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everyone was presented very differently. And when she was talking about the lower level Jamaicans,
used that
she
language.
used that language.
Yes.
And I, a Jamaican, had difficulty
Oh,
with it.
good, I'm glad to hear that, then it
You
wasn't
know,
only me.
It's perfectly
I understood
It's
it.
perfectly
I did
understandable.
too, I understood it, but it
Yeah.
made it more difficult for
Yeah,
me to read.
I don't mind that. In fact, this book club covered a book called Same Kind of Different Like Me, which was written by two men. One was an international art dealer, educated. The other was a homeless black man who came from sharecropping, which he ran away from. And these two men become friends. And it's a true story, by the way. It's an autobiography. And they write this book together. And you can tell who wrote which chapter.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Yeah.
That, you know, they didn't tell you.
Well,
It's real.
Dawn wrote this
No,
one
but
and Denver wrote
many
this
authors
one.
do write in their own
Yeah,
dialect
I like
or
it.
language, or even put in a lot of foreign words that
Yeah.
only they probably understood.
Right.
But I loved the story that she ended with. I loved those two sisters. The twins were
magnificent.
adorable.
Yes, yes.
And I thought the fact that one was a real scam artist there, she was raking in the shekels, you know, telling the future. And of course, the other, the true church-going little lady who said, "Oh no, that's not going to fly." And she ended the book on a joyous note.
Yeah.
I mean, and
Congratulations, Marlene, we loved it.
we did, yes, I have
think
to say.
it's a delightful book to read, really quite delightful.
If she goes,
So we're all going to give it a recommend?
absolutely.
Absolutely,
I would
absolutely.
recommend everyone to read this.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
White,
that's lovely.
black, green, orange, whatever you want, read it. No, it's a wonderful range of stories. It's
Yeah.
short and to the point,
Yeah,
but wonderful range of stories.
and the immigrant story.
Yes.
The immigrant story was
Yeah.
very clear, very clear.
And the love story.
And
was
the love,
beautiful.
yeah.
I loved the love story.
Yeah, I did too.
I found it tender and romantic and bittersweet.
I loved the first story too, with Abe and his little Caribbean
Yeah.
takeout shop. It's just too sad that he had to go, you know, but I don't want to give away too much, but.
Outside the
people
rum
should get
shop
it.
in Dongle Street.
Oh, God.
That was a rough
That
story.
was tough. That's the one that they used the language, you know,
Yeah,
the,
yeah,
the
yeah.
speech
Yeah.
of the Jamaicans.
Yeah, that was a tough
That
story.
was a tough story.
Tough,
A
tough, tough
But
story.
true, again,
And
true.
real,
It's
very
the way
real.
Bob Marley spoke.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
And that makes you think I
And he was,
understood him.
he was Jamaica's greatest ambassador.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, so there you are.
Don't worry, be
No.
happy. But I would highly recommend it, Elaine. It's
Good.
an excellent choice and an excellent book. And
I-
when she
Good.
comes, I will be happy to tell it to her.
I
Yeah,
enjoyed
and
reading it.
Marlene will be with us in just a few minutes,
Mhm.
so that we can all say hello to her.
Yes.
And it'll be very nice to tell her we all enjoyed her book.
Yes.
Okay, I told you that we were going to meet the author. This is the author. M. McLeary Graham is our Marlene.
Hi.
Hi, nice to meet
Nice
you.
to meet
This
you.
is Norma Petgrave, Florence
Hi,
Margolis.
Norma.
Hi.
Hi, Florence.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
See, they liked it.
Thank you.
Is there anything you want
Appreciate
to
that.
ask her? Or anything you want to tell
I
her?
would like to know how you have such an insight when you're not Jamaican. Because when
Well-
you took me to Jamaica
Mhm.
with that love story, I, as I said before, would want to get on the first plane, train, or bus and go there because of the way you depicted that country.
Okay. Well, I've been there before, and in fact, I drew some inspiration from the time when I went there for my sister's wedding. And we stayed in a beautiful home on the hill, and that kind of was part of the underpinning for that
It was
story.
beautiful.
Yeah.
But you also captured the lowest level of Jamaican life.
Oh, yeah.
How did you ever do that?
Well, I made some observations, and I'm the kind of person, I like to, when I'm traveling, I like to see as much as possible and be not just the tourist, you know, following the same track, but to go off the beaten track sometimes and take a real look at what's going on.
Well, you
So-
certainly did.
Oh, yeah.
Certainly did
Your
that.
stories
Wow.
were the only thing I commented on was most of them were very sad.
Yeah.
But the two sisters, they were wonderful. The twins at the
Oh, the
end,
heavenly
they
twins.
really sent the book off with a laugh, you know,
Okay.
with a
Yeah.
tearful
That's really screaming.
mode. It was adorable.
That inspiration came from an aunt of mine that used to be a butleress. I never heard the word before, but she said when she was a young girl, when she was in Jamaica, she was a butleress.
Oh.
And I went, well, what's that then? It's a female
Just a female butler.
Right.
But that's what she started off doing. That was
Oh.
before she emigrated from there to America.
Oh.
So that had a bit of that.
Well, I hope you'll
inspiration.
continue writing, Marlene, because you really have a flair for it.
Thank you.
So don't give up. Start making more
I
work.
told you, she's writing
Yeah.
another.
I'm looking
Yes.
forward
I'm
to that.
looking
Martha.
forward
See,
to it.
everybody's
looking
looking forward to it.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah,
Marlene.
oh, thank you.
Marlene, I told them that this was your first published work, is it? Did I lie?
As a total book, as a book
Yeah.
and of itself, officially, yes, but I've written articles. I used to write for a magazine in England called Race Today. Also, since coming to Miami, there was a magazine, I think it's out of print now, called Caribbean Lifestyles magazine. That was the magazine that first published the Heavenly Twins short story.
Love that story.
And then there's a story in that book called One of Many Winters. That was first published by Race Today in London. I was 16 at the time.
Really?
Really?
It was part of a competition. They had the gentleman that ran the magazine, he was looking for, he had like an arts type of competition for youngsters, and that's how I got that work out. And
Well, keep
Very
on
good.
writing because you're doing a wonderful job.
thank
Tremendous
See,
flair.
you can't
Tremendous
have better than that, right?
Mhm.
you. Thank you.
So, thank you, Marlene.
Thank you so much, Elaine.
Thank you, Norma.
Welcome.
Thank you, Florence.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I really appreciate this.
For OCTV, I'm Elaine Kuhlman, and thank you for watching our book review of Abe's Caribbean Takeout by M. McLeary Graham. Thank you.